Hi, welcome back to my channel. So it's been a long time since I have made a video. So today I am going to be doing a little bit of a life update. I have a cup of tea and it's just gonna be sort of like a chat, like as if we're getting coffee together. So I'm gonna be sharing like an update on life. Since my last video, I obviously had a baby. So we'll be talking a little bit about motherhood, a little bit about our house. So I had people ask me questions over on Instagram. I felt like it was kind of just the same few questions. So what I'm gonna do instead of reading each individual question is just kind of break it down into a few main parts with the similar question. And yeah, so let's get right into it. Okay, so the first topic that I kind of wanted to cover is motherhood. And I'm just going to give like a little bit of an overview just because I think I could make a few different videos about some of these things. But how has motherhood been for you? Overall, it's been good. Obviously, motherhood is a lot, you know? But so Clive was born June, like end of June last year. So right in the midst of COVID. And I would love to share my birth story like in a separate video. But the birth was overall good. It was long, but good. There were no complications or anything. So yeah, that was not too much like there outside of making a whole video about it. But so his birth was good. And actually, when he was 8 weeks old, this is just like jumping right into the deep stuff. When he was 8 weeks old, my husband actually, they were walking down the stairs, and my husband fell down with him in his arms. And actually, I maybe at some time down the road in the future would make a video about that, but I'm still kind of processing through that a bit. So yeah, Clive, he's okay. He did suffer a skull fracture and did suffer a traumatic brain injury, and he lost a little part of his brain tissue and later had surgery. So becoming a mother, I was like stuck right into the thick of it. Lots of hospital visits, and yeah, it was a mess. It was a wreck. I was a wreck. We all were a wreck. But he is doing really well now. He just turned 1 and is meeting all of his milestones and everything. So we're very grateful for that. But that was a big chunk of like becoming a mom, was all of that madness. So motherhood has been good. I feel a little bit more like a normal parent now, which is so exciting to me, and so good. I mean, it all happened when he was like 8 weeks old. So I was 8 weeks postpartum. My first child, I kind of like at that point had felt like I was getting into a little bit of a routine. I kind of felt like I knew the basics of childcare. I haven't spent a lot of time around babies. So I was just sort of getting the hang of it. My body was feeling a little better. So yeah, all of that just kind of threw things into craziness. And so yeah, that's why I kind of stopped. I pushed a lot of things to the side, and YouTube was definitely one of them, just to kind of exist as a mom and to help my son heal and recover and just be there for my family. So yeah, that was the beginning of my motherhood. I did struggle a bit with postpartum anxiety and depression. It had already begun after having Clive and just was a little bit, exaggerated as time went on and with the accident and everything. So I mean, overall, I'm good. There are a lot of things that, like, I really don't struggle with so much anxiety. at this point. I mean, I still do, but it's definitely a lot less intense than it was. And the depression, I mean, it was winter for a long time for a lot of like his first year. So that definitely didn't help with, you know, the seasonal blues and everything. But yeah, overall motherhood has been good. I'm really excited to like just share our life somewhat with the internet and like a community. The next bigger question that I was asked was an update on our house. And actually, I would really love to do like a whole house tour. If you don't know us personally, we bought a house that was actually a foreclosure March of last year. So I was 7 months pregnant, 6 or 7 months pregnant, and it was very outdated. There was carpet everywhere. It had been vacant for like a year, and so there were just a lot of things that needed to be done. A lot of paint, a lot of just putting love into the house, and the purpose of doing all of this, we're actually hoping to flip the house and sell it. So yeah, we actually would really love to move out of where we're at the moment. Right now we live in like we live in rural Minnesota. So we are kind of looking to move closer to like the Twin Cities area. We're hoping for just a change of pace. I don't think we're meant to live the rural life forever. And just, yeah, there's a lot of things that go into that. But yeah, there's not really a timeline on that. We're just kind of going with the flow and just seeing how the renovations continue, and we'll go from there. So yeah, that's our house. Okay, so the last sort of question that I got was my plans with art, because if you don't know, I am an artist. I draw is kind of like my main thing. So wondering about where I'm going with art, and also kind of in the same like vein, what do I want to do for work? Where am I at like work wise? So currently I am at home with Clive, and it's been amazing. I don't regret being home one bit. That's just what's worked best for me and our family. But I personally feel like I would love some type of work to just financially contribute to the home. So right now art for me it's been really important that I keep it as a hobby, as opposed to like trying to make it my job and trying to make an income off of it. Every time I've tried to do that, it just hasn't sat right. I don't know if it's timing. I don't know if the Lord just isn't calling me to that. I don't really know. So as of right now, art for me is going to stay more of a hobby. I would love to just explore more of that and see where it goes. But also I'm a mom, and so time is limited. I don't really want to be up in the middle of the night trying to figure out, I don't know, like it doesn't really fit right now to spend so much time on it, if that makes sense. So work. I am the type of person who's not naturally very self-driven. So I have tried like multi-level marketing. Don't really care your opinion on that. We all have our own opinions. I tried it, and I mean, I still use the products to this day. But doing that as a business just wasn't for me. So that, as of now, that's not really a part of work for me. Yeah, like I said, it's essential oils. So I still use the oils, and I love them, and I think they're great. Just doing that as a business doesn't really excite me at this point. But I have spent a lot more time looking into more social media work. So whatever you want to call it, creating content, influencing, ugh, I hate that word, but influencing, I'm really interested in that whole world. I have been working harder with like Instagram and kind of tying in YouTube. It's just, I love, maybe it's just like the state of the world this last year, but having a community online, even if it's just online, has been so important for so many people. And I think as a new mom, I was kind of missing a little bit of that solidarity, the it takes a village. I didn't really have much of a village, if that makes sense. I couldn't. And so social media, I feel like I learned so much from so many people as a first time mom. And I gained so much value just from having other moms, even if not physically around me, just knowing that like we're all going through the same types of things. It might look a little different for each of us, but we're all kind of doing the same basic childcare and raising babies. And it was exciting to me that you can have that kind of a community on the internet. And I do think social media can be a scary place sometimes. And so my thing is just with the capacity that I have, with the energy and the motivation that I feel like the Holy Spirit provides for me, I think just creating that community excites me so much. And I love just the new friendships that have started from social media. I've just kind of started just being more intentional about it. But yeah, so that, like for me, that's been work lately. And so now YouTube being kind of a part of that, I think I will be spending the majority of my extra time or work time or me time on this. So it excites me. I can't wait to share just different parts of my life with you guys and just create that community here and on Instagram. Just a place where like a mom or even just anyone else could come and just have like coffee or tea with me. Just a place where you can like feel comfortable and feel that solidarity and have conversation. So yeah, that right now is kind of the plan with work. So as for this channel, I would love if you wanted to subscribe and like this video and let me know down below what other kind of videos you'd like to see. I'm just hoping to like dig deep and just be authentic and just share from my heart just my experience in life, because we all have different experiences, and I don't want, one, to compare myself to other moms, and two, to like, I don't want to project the kind of life that a mom comes here or a woman comes here or whoever comes here. I don't want to project a kind of life that, my goal is not to make anyone jealous or, I don't know. I enjoy watching content that is honest, and sure, I might look at something and think, wow, it would be really nice to have that or live there or do that. But you can still be comfortable in yourself and know that like my family, my life, my motherhood looks different, and that's good. That's okay, and that's good. So that's kind of my goal, is just to create just another pocket of community as a mom where you can just relax in those, 15 to 25 minutes of extra time that you have and you want to relax, just to be able to hang out with another mom or another, even if it's virtual. So that's kind of my goal. So I'll be sharing a little bit of like home video type stuff. I don't really know like the level of sharing my child that I would like to do, but I'm just going to figure out as I go. So that is something I want to focus on. And then also just, just sitting down like this and chatting and just having real conversation. So yeah, let me know down below what other kind of videos you'd like to see or ideas of videos that you have. I mentioned a few, like the house tour, and the birth story. I'd love to actually share that pretty soon. So yeah, stay tuned, subscribe if you want to like, this is so awkward. How do you do that so confidently? I don't know. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.